Hi everyone, happy Friday! This is a big week for a lot of people. A lot of people transition back to school, lots of exciting things happening, moving into fall, weather change, all of those wonderful things. And with a lot of life changes that occur for people, whether it be moving, job change, starting school, figuring other things out in life, oftentimes that comes with stress, that beautiful friend that comes along with life sometimes. So stress impacts your body physically in a lot of different ways, and I'm going to talk about cleansing and why that's important to incorporate into your regimen when you're under a lot of stress, and how that can prevent other physical symptoms from arising from that. A lot of people will talk about, yeah, I know I have stress, or I know I have this or that, and of course that's part of life. Yeah, sure, it's part of life, but you don't have to have a lot of negative symptoms because of that. And in terms of health, nutrition, and weight loss or weight gain, a lot of people think that, yeah, when I get stressed out, I stress eat, or that causes me to not eat, or I know I overeat or undereat, and then I lose or gain weight because of that due to stress. So whatever your natural reaction is it's very common for people to have that. Now, it is very, very difficult to change those behaviors, and there's a lot of mindset or psychology around changing those behaviors to have healthier, routines and things around when you're under stress. That's fantastic, and that's absolutely important to implement and do. But at the same time, it can be stressful to try and change that, and if you're already under stress, sometimes it feels like, where do I start? Chicken or the egg here, people? How the hell am I supposed to, oh, heck. I really try and keep it super PG on Facebook. How the golly darn am I going to decrease my stress when I'm under stress and then I'm trying to change my stress habits? Right? Cleansing is very, very important, and here's how it comes into play. So if your fat cells, and I love, love, love talking about fat cells because they play a huge role in protective mechanism for your body. Your fat cells will actually house a lot of that stress hormone. So we're talking cortisol specifically. Cortisol, sometimes not your friend, no. And when you have a buildup of cortisol from stress in your body, it gets housed within these fat cells. Now, why does that happen? Why does your body react and do that? Because the cortisol free-flowing in your body is actually very, very hard on your internal organs. It decreases your metabolism. It decreases your immune system, so you're more likely to get sick. And a lot of people will notice this, that, oh yeah, I had a really tough week at work, and then I know I was going on vacation, so I knew I was going to be relaxing, and so it wasn't going to be as stressful. But as soon as you get to your vacation, what happens? You get sick. That's because that cortisol change and shift happens that damages and weakens your immune system. So if this has happened for you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that cortisol gets built up, and your body's response to it is that it houses it in these fat cells to try and protect it from being free-floating and damaging your organs and having a really big negative impact on your body. So that's why it gets locked in those fat cells. Now, with going through a fasting cleanse process is the only efficient, effective way to get rid of this cortisol. Once it's locked within those fat cells, you're not getting rid of it. You're not going to be able to exercise enough to get this out. You're not going to be able to eat the cleanest, healthiest diet on the planet to get that cortisol out of those fat cells. It will not happen. And it will stay in those fat cells for years. Years. Until you go through the fasting cleanse process that actually gets rid of that cortisol, and then these fat cells get to be thin, flat little fat cells of that normal size that don't have any of that junk or that crap in it. This is where you change how you feel, your energy, how well you sleep, your metabolism, your immune system, everything else changes a ton because you're getting that stress flushed out of your body. Now, a lot of people, whether it be a life change or something that you have that you're like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming, and going through a cleanse, type of process, that sounds really good, but I don't even know if I can handle that. Well, when you join a group of people that are going through the same thing, focusing on the cleansing, and even if you're not doing it perfectly, and again, I'm more than happy to talk to you about the process, how you go through it, how you can work it into your schedule so that you're actually successful with it, because that's the other important thing. And I love doing this with people. tailoring it for you, to you, so that you can be successful doing the cleanse to get the positive result. Because without going through and doing this process, that cortisol will just stay there, and then you're stuck with it, and it hangs out forever, which is not what we want. So this is why going through the cleanse process is so important. Again, like I said, you can take all the supplements you want. You can get all the great sleep. You can, do all these other healthy things. But if you're missing this one piece right here, if you're not doing this, then you're not getting rid of that cortisol. You're trying to help everything outside of those fat cells, great, but you're not unlocking and releasing the cortisol from within those fat cells. So if you have questions, message me, comment. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And if you have more questions on exactly what that cleansing process looks like or how it could work for you, again, you can message, comment, or I can do a whole nother video on that, because then I can talk more about fat cells. But yeah, so this is an important process for people for stress. So let me know if you have questions. Share this video with somebody you know that has a lot of stress, because understanding that this is an important key to getting rid of stress will change their life, and it will change how they think about their health and nutrition. So we'll chat with you guys tomorrow, and I'll talk more about health and stress and how to combat stress. Okay, have a great Friday.